Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to be testing and reviewing the new Fine as Fleck glitter eyeshadows from e.l.f. I picked up all 6 shades and we're going to be eye swatching all 6 shades. I also picked up the 2 shimmer lip balms, so I'm going to be demonstrating those 2 for you today. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then please do keep on watching. So as I mentioned in the intro, I picked up all 6 shades of the Fine as Fleck glitter eyeshadow, but I also picked up the 2 lip balms that they released. I was fairly intrigued by these. These are part of the O Face collection and I love the O Face satin lipsticks. So I picked up the 2 shades that were on offer, Choco-litty and Pearlfection. So this O Face Shimmer Balm retails for £10 sterling. So it cost me €12. I think that's pretty expensive for a lip balm, especially from e.l.f. and, you know, drugstore. So it's a Luxe glitter lip balm that slicks lips with a sheer veil of shimmer in a comfortable moisturizing formula. It's infused with mango seed butter, marula oil, squalene and jojoba seed oil. It glides on smoothly for a long wash of shimmer. Okay, so apparently it smells of vanilla. It smells like a MAC lipstick. Oh, that's pretty. I mean, wow. Well, the hand swatch isn't doing much. That's how it's coming out on the hand. It has the little gold specks in. So let's pop that on. Oh, wow. That's very, very glittery. I don't know how I feel about that. That comes out a lot more pigmented on the lips than it does on the hand swatch. That's actually quite a nice fall colour. It's quite deep. I was not expecting that. It's actually really nice. I was a little bit shocked then when I put it on. It's a bit deep for me for everyday wear, but I guess for fall it would be really nice. And the gold specks, they're actually really pretty. I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera. Okay, so I'm going to wipe this one off and I'm going to go in and try the other shade. I'm intrigued now because that did not come out as I thought it would. I didn't show you the packaging. The packaging is just like the O Face satin lipsticks. It has the magnetic bullet, but it has this gold packaging, the gold and black. I think it's really gorgeous. The glitter is still remaining. If you don't like glitter, you're not going to want these glittery balms. So this is the shade Pearlfection. That's how this is looking. I'm super intrigued now as to how this is actually going to look. You can see just a little reflection of the glitter. It feels nice. It has a little bit of tackiness to it. I definitely prefer the Choco-litty shade. This is obviously supposed to be a clear shade. This actually might be a really nice topper to a lipstick. You can see the glitter flecks in there. It's fine. I don't think you really need to be spending £10 on a lip balm. To be honest, I'd expect more for that, really. But the Choco-litty shade, that was a surprise. I did not expect to like that. So yeah, that's really, really nice. Anyway, let's crack on now to the eyeshadows. So moving on now to the Fine as Fleck glitter eyeshadows. These retail for £6 each. We're going to do these in no particular order, but before we dive in, let's just have a look at what they claim to be. So these are actually described as sparkly eyeshadow toppers packed with micro-fine glitter flecks that can be worn alone or layered over eyeshadow for long-lasting sparkle. So they have a soft, smooth formula without the grit. To prep my eyes, I have prepped with the e.l.f. Lock It Down eyeshadow primer, which is what it recommends to do. I think we'll start with this one. This is called Straight Fire, which is described as a red and green and white sparkle. Feels quite smooth. So I'm going to swatch as I go along. Oh my gosh. That really reminds me of one of my favourite Pat McGrath eyeshadows. So that is Straight Fire. Right, let's get it on the lids. That is absolutely stunning. The pigment is absolutely phenomenal. Has that colour shift in it, so you can see bits of pink, bits of green, and because of the white, it kind of looks blue in certain lights. If I was to give you any advice, it would be to apply with your finger. I've had no fallout there. I had more fallout with the lip balm. I get very little fallout when I use the e.l.f. Lock It Down primer. So that is Straight Fire. We're off to a good start, so I'm hoping that we're going to get better here on in. So let me take this one off and we'll move on to the next. I've removed Straight Fire and now we're going to be moving on to this one. This is called Pop Off Pink and it's described as a pink sparkle. This doesn't feel as smooth as Straight Fire. Okay, that is definitely far more subtle, isn't it? And you can build them up. Oh yeah, you can see it there. It's definitely something that's going to catch the light. It's very reflective. So let's have a look at what it looks like on over this eyeshadow primer. I mentioned when I was applying it that it didn't feel quite as smooth, and I have had just a tiny amount of fallout with this one. Very, very minimal, but is noticeable in comparison to Straight Fire, which was very smooth with no fallout. So this is definitely a little bit more on the subtle side, but it looks like a really lovely lavender shift. I think that is really, really pretty. I think this one would make a really ideal eyeshadow topper. And I think on a day-to-day basis, it would be really lovely on its own. Definitely one of the more subtle shades available. Okay, so that is Pop Off Pink. So this is the third one and it's called It's Glit, and this is a simple golden sparkle. It looks very, very yellow. Let's swatch it. Oh, this is definitely not as glittery. This feels quite powdery. So that is It's Glit, and it definitely doesn't have the glitter that the others do. Let's see how it looks on the lids. I definitely don't think that it has the level of glitter and shimmer as what the others do. I also see yellow more than gold. I would have preferred it to be a little bit more gold than what it is, but I think used in conjunction with other eyeshadows, I think it would be nice. I would say it's my least favourite of the three so far. So that is It's Glit. All right, let's move on to number 4. This is the lightest out of all the shades. This is called White Hot and it's described as a white sparkle. Ooh, okay, that's a lot more pigmented than what I was actually expecting. It's very, very icy looking. Okay, let's get it on the eyes. So that is White Hot, and honestly, I like that so much more than what I anticipated. I love that icy kind of flex that it has. I think it would be an amazing eyeshadow topper. I think it would be incredible in the inner corner. I think it's brilliant for those of us that have more deep set or hooded eyes. Using a colour like this can really bring your eyes forward, and I think that paired with a really nice cool toned matte eyeshadow in the crease, I think it would be perfect. It's actually giving me noughties vibes. I definitely wore something like this in the noughties, 100%, but it was definitely a little bit more blue. So that is White Hot. Let's move on to our 5th shade. Okay, I'm quite aware that I'm starting to look a little bit crazy now. I have glitter everywhere. My concealer is coming off. Just ignore how ridiculous I'm looking right now, okay? Okay, we're moving on to our 5th shadow, and this is Filthy Rich. Oh, wow. And this is described as a neutral brown with champagne sparkle. This scares me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. It looks very, very dark, and I don't usually wear dark eyeshadows, and that's because I have deep set eyes, and if I wear dark eyeshadows, it's going to push my eyes even further back in my head than what they actually are. So let's give it a swatch. Oh, okay, should I be really scared? Wowie. Okay, I'm gonna go in handy with this one. Here goes nothing. Do you know, I don't know whether it's because I'm wearing a green top, but I see green. I see olive. What do you think? I definitely feel like I can see a greeny olive shift in this eyeshadow. I think it's a bit too dark for my eyelids and for my eye shape. And if I had the time, I would blend it out a bit. I would definitely have to use a matte in the crease, but I think coming up to the holiday season, I think this would be absolutely beautiful. That looks straight up olive, the neutral brown. Let me know what you can see. What can you see in this shadow? I need to know. So that is Filthy Rich. I'm going to wipe all this off, reapply, and then we're going to apply the final shade, which is Champagne Showers. I'm not going to lie to you, Filthy Rich was very hard to remove. I do think it's that primer. The glitter just sticks to the primer and will not come off. This is Champagne Showers. People were getting excited that this was actually going to be a dupe for this, which is the Urban Decay Moon Dust, the Space Cowboy shade. But let's get this on the lid first, take a look at it, and then we'll compare it to the Moon Dust. I don't know how this is going to swatch. Ooh, so here it is, Champagne Showers, but it's much more subtle. Much more subtle. Let's get it on the eyes. Champagne Showers is described as a peachy beige with champagne sparkle. That's really, really pretty, isn't it? And I think that out of all of these, this is probably the most wearable out of all of the 6. And I would also suggest that this would be a great eyeshadow topper. So that is Champagne Showers. Let's just compare it next to Space Cowboy, because I know that people want to see that. So there's Champagne Showers. You can see that a lot better now, can't you? So this is Space Cowboy and this is Champagne Showers. In my opinion, Space Cowboy, this one here, it has more of that wet look. I've actually swatched Space Cowboy at the end here next to all of the shades, and I just feel like Space Cowboy has that true gold champagne undertone. But I don't think there's any one identical dupe in this collection. Okay, so there we have the new Fine as Fleck glitter eyeshadows from e.l.f. So final thoughts, they are much better than what I expected actually. I didn't expect to get as much pigment from some of these shadows. I think it's a really personal thing as to which one you're going to prefer. And I will say that I did expect them to be a little bit more chunky than what they actually are. So that is a bonus. I would definitely advise picking up the Lock It Down eyeshadow primer or just use them with an eyeshadow primer. It will help with the fallout, because there is a little bit of fallout. I mean, the more I used, the more fallout I did get. But I think that an eyeshadow primer not only helps to minimize fallout, it will obviously help the eyeshadow to stick to your eyelid, but it will make it pop. It definitely will. There is always such a difference in my shimmery eyeshadow when I've used this and then when I've not. As for these lip balms, I don't know. I think I would be tempted to pass on the Pearl Clear lip balm, but if you are looking for something, you know, a little bit of a novelty for the holidays, a little bit Christmassy, or if you have a friend or a daughter who loves glitter, and actually, this is such a gorgeous autumn shade. It would be amazing to wear over Halloween, actually. I think it's really gorgeous. And don't be fooled by a swatch on an arm, because you saw the difference between how it looked on my hand and how it looks on the lips. So here we are at the end of today's video. If you did find this helpful in some way, please do consider giving it a like, because that really does help me and my channel out. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I so appreciate you being here with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next one. But until then, take care and bye for now.